So in today's video I'll be showing you how to make some very simple but quite pretty gift cones for your single stem roses. These gift cones will fit all of my single stems that are made on wooden stems. If you've made some on wire stems, you might wish to check out the tutorial I did for wrapping the wire stem roses. You can adapt this design to be a little bit more elaborate if you prefer, but I'll just be showing you the very basic template at this stage. And it's really lovely if you want to wrap your roses for Valentine's Day, for Mother's Day, as a gift for any celebration at all. So to make the gift cone, what you'll need is one sheet of A4 card and one sheet of A4 paper. For this gift cone I'm going to be using a sheet of tracing paper because I quite like the translucent effect, but you can use any contrasting colour that you like. You'll also need to have a ruler, a pencil, some spare ribbon. You'll need it to be just longer than the width of the A4 paper. And if you've got some contrasting ribbon to spare as well, we can use that for a little bit of added decoration. Some sellotape. Now I also like to use these little foam roses just to cover up where we glue. These are quite adorable, but if you don't have those you can use any kind of embellishment that you like. And some cellophane. Now the cellophane is completely optional. If you don't have it, that's fine. The cellophane I'm using today is just plain cellophane. Like I said, this is completely optional, but I would normally use decorative cellophane with like dots or lines or hearts on them, but this is what I've got spare and I'm using up all of my craft equipment, so I'm going to use this in this tutorial. I quite like to use these little mini gift tags and I attach them with a little mini peg. Again, optional. If you don't have them, you don't need to use them. You'll also need a glue gun. So I'll put the card on the bottom and the tracing paper on top, and if you're not using tracing paper but you're using a coloured paper, then obviously put your coloured paper on top. And then I'll move the paper over about 1 centimetre and then trim the excess off. So what I normally do is I will put a little pencil mark at 10.5 centimetres along the bottom edge. And then I'll count out 4.5 centimetres on each side of that, and I'll just put another little pencil mark. And then along the long edge I'll put a pencil mark at 15 centimetres. And I'll just join the mark at the side edge and the bottom edge together with a pencil line. Then picking up both sheets together, I'll simply cut along that pencil line. So where we've put the centre pencil mark, we just want to roll the bottom edge towards the pencil line and then roll it around. Try and keep it quite tight at this point. There'll be a little gap at the bottom, but that's fine. Hold it firmly. And what we want to do is gently tease out the V shape at the top. until we reach the point where we've made our cut. Hold that in place with your finger and your thumb. Take a little bit of sellotape and attach it in place at the bottom. Then we'll very simply, we'll just take a piece of ribbon and wrap it around the cone. Cut off slightly more than you need. This is a really great way of using up little scraps of ribbon as well. So we'll pop a little bit of glue from the glue gun at the bottom of the V shape and then press the ribbon in place. Wrap it around the back of the cone, pull it nice and tight, and then trim it down to size. Add another little bit of glue from the glue gun and just align up the edges. Now we can take a contrasting piece of ribbon or a matching piece of ribbon, and I like to just make a couple of little trailing ribbons. So it doesn't matter how long you cut this ribbon, but I would normally just fold it in half and place it over the seam of the ribbon we've just attached, and just use a blob of glue, press the bottom one in place, and then lift it up, add another little bit of glue, and then fold that down. And then I'll just trim them to be the same length. And the last decoration that we'll add is our little foam rose. I'll trim off the wire. I'll put a little bit of glue from the glue gun on the underside and I'll just press it in place. Now I do like to wrap mine in cellophane, so you just need to trim enough cellophane so it will wrap around the top of the cone. Then place your cone inside the cellophane, align the left hand edge of the cone and then poke the ribbons over the top. Hold it tightly at the base of the cone and then simply just wrap it around. Now I've cut too much cellophane off here, so I'm just going to trim mine down a little bit. And very simply just wrap the cellophane from the right hand side over the left. Trim off any excess. Take a little bit of sellotape just to hold the cellophane in place. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to trim the top of the cellophane a little bit because I don't want it sticking out too far at the top. And that will fit your rose just nicely, all ready for giving. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. It's been very simple and quick. Do give me a thumbs up if you've made it this far, and do hit subscribe if you'd like to see more.